buhay. Education Radio. Tara na, makipagtalakayan at matuto kasama si Pia Morato. Education Radio. Tuwing Sabado alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Dito lang sa DZRJ 8:10 AM. 8Try Media. Ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Education Radio, where we deal anything and everything about Philippine radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
Good morning, Manila. Good morning, Philippines. And good morning, world. Welcome to another episode of Education Radio here on DZRJ 8:10 AM, the voice of the Philippines. It's another special episode today with a friend of mine. Good to see you, Ginos. But I'm very happy to have today, of course, our founder for Mirasol Outreach Foundation to tell us our story. Well, his story, I know that these stories are still in the hearts and minds of everybody, and it encourages everybody to also be prepared and be aware and be compassionate, which is very important, right? So we have Danny Rayos del Sol, the founder, as I mentioned, of Mirasol Outreach Foundation Incorporated, and his wife, right? Is it Tess? Tess. Rayos del Sol. Good morning and welcome to Education Radio. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, okay, interestingly nga, Chicho also told me that Chicho's kasi, sabi ko, I like that, told me about all the things that you have been doing. Very interestingly, it has surely been a tough journey, but maybe we can start with that story. Like, how did you both start this?
Do we have the time?
Yes, we have
it's a long
time.
story. Yeah, it's a long
I know that it was born out of Yolanda.
It was born out of Yolanda, yes.
So yes, tell us your story.
Well, when Yolanda happened, that was in November 2013. It was very, very devastating, not only for the victims, but also the entire country. So we, as a good citizen, we were like doing our own fair share of, helping the people. So with our initiative of in the Facebook, we have this initiative. Those who would like to help the Yolanda victims, you could donate through us, and we will make sure that your donation gets to them directly through a proper channel, like maybe the Caritas or maybe the Angel Brigade. But because
our plan is really to collate everything and then bring it to someone,
to somebody.
So,
us maybe.
Like this was just not just, but this was an initiative by the two of you.
Yeah, it was just
you're compelled.
Yeah, personal initiative only. And then there are so many who responded, especially our friends from the United States and Canada. As a matter of fact, we were able to collect like over 260,000 pesos, more or less around that the figure. So it was a huge amount for us already. And but because we were doing this, we have another organization wherein Chicho is a part of it, the CISV, Children's International Summers Village, and it is international organization. And then the president at that time, which is Zach Yuson, he told me that, Tito Danny, since you're doing this initiative, why can't you do the same initiative for our organization? So we posted the same calling to the Facebook of our CISV, and because of this, our Facebook are all public. Somebody responded from Indonesia, which wherein her daughter is a part of CISB, but him, the father, is a part of Secours Populaire Français. I'll tell you more about Secours Populaire Français. Because the Secours Populaire Français is telling me, we have an organization from France who would like to help you, but there are requirements. They are willing to give us like maybe ₱1 million relief fund at that time. So we started talking about, possibility, and one of the requirements really was to be able to give it directly to the people,
Right.
which at that time, if you look at, it was a logistical nightmare to even think to give it directly to the people. So I said,
Totally.
so parang we would like to give up na doon sa idea because we cannot give it.
I remember we tried to give it through the Philippine Science High School, but they did not accept it at that time because
For the same reason.
for that same reason.
Yeah. Even the school already, they would not accept it. So we were exploring the idea. So
Wait, for the benefit of everyone, it was a logistical nightmare because just so that everybody will know, Tacloban,
yeah,
right, where it actually is it's like a port,
yeah.
isn't
Yes,
it?
it
Yeah.
is.
Uh,
And there was a long lineup.
And the lineup of bus of these
The
trucks,
ships.
shipments that is going to as aid is already like 7 kilometers
Right.
waiting to be transported to Tacloban. So at the time when we
And this SPF wanted the goods to be delivered immediately.
directly to them,
Directly.
so there's
They
no
wanted fast.
Right.
there's no way there was no way we could do that at that time.
Right. Right.
But God has another plan. Because when we were ready to give up, somebody suggested, Tito Danny, why don't we give it to Palawan, to Busuanga, because Busuanga was badly hit by the Typhoon Yolanda, but escaped by the media. It was not covered at
It
all.
wasn't covered, yeah.
So we checked because there was a transportation, there was air, there was land, and there was sea transportation that could go to Busuanga. So let's accept the funding.
Right.
So when we finally accepted the funding, it was funny because everything through email and everything through the phone, and said
We don't know them yet.
we do not
person.
know them at all, and then we were talking about, this is what you're going to do, this is how much we're going to give you, this everything is just talk. And then when we were ready to accept the project, he said, can you advance the money? And I said, wait a minute, we do not know you. We're going to advance 1 million peso for this project so that we could carry on with your project. So it was another thing for us.
Challenge.
It was another challenge. Should we accept or should we not? So we asked some friends from CISV. One of them is Sheila. He goes to me, Danny, sige, I will lend you the money. And then we have our own small savings.
And you put it all together.
We put it all together. We came up with 500,000. Just half of it, and bought the goods.
Told them this is what we're gonna do.
This is what we're going to
Right.
do.
Everything in a box.
And it was so funny because even us were questioning ourselves, are we really doing this? And my sister, she was telling me, are you crazy? You do not know what if it fails?
Right. I mean, there's so much to think about. Trust. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
What if it fails?
What if it fails? So
Your reputation and all this also, right?
never mind our reputation, it's our money, it's our savings.
But
It's
still, you at one point you also think about that because it's your person.
That's right.
Right? So it's also important, how to show people you have integrity, right? Or
Right,
deal
right.
with people who also
Right.
have integrity. That's tough.
What if it fails? So we talk and we said, I told my ate, said, if it fails, then we would have a handsome donation to the victim.
Okay.
So what can you do? So, true to the story, we put them together, we have them ready, take pictures, give it to them. And true enough, when we were about to ship it to to Palawan, they send to Indonesian to cover to see how the operation is,
Yeah,
how
they
the
checked
operation
on
was.
us.
They check.
checked on you.
Yeah, they check. Yeah, and then
They
and then,
joined us.
they eventually gave us the funding that was needed to do that. But wonderfully during that time, everybody would just like to help. My wife was checking before, because we wanted to put one worth 1,000 pesos in a box, just like the U.S. aid, right? We put, so there is a caldero there is sandok, there is 4 kilos of rice, there is 16 ulam, there is 4 chinelas, towel,
Whatever,
and
medicines.
medicine, and there's also kumot, blanket in there, everything. That would sustain you for a whole week, for a couple of weeks,
Maybe.
for 2 weeks, and for one family.
2 weeks and one family. That's long, ah.
In a box.
In a
A
box.
box.
In a
Yeah.
box.
Okay.
Our box is big.
Okay,
It's big.
I want to know, because here's the thing about relief goods and having been able to also help with Red Cross, for
Yeah.
example. We always tell people, like, when you give stuff, please naman don't give costumes. You're laughing.
Yeah, tsaka yung
I mean,
gown.
it did get to that point,
Yeah.
right?
I know,
And then you're sorting it out and you realize, my God, I can't
There's gown,
give
there's
these things.
true.
Right? So,
Yeah.
what helped you determine? Like the caldero, that's the woman's touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So, we all know, like, even in Marawi, for example, I recently also helped my own church, for
Yeah.
example, because what they wanted to do was, help in the continuous daily, needs of the women, which
Yeah.
was like that, mga things in the kitchen and all that. But
Yes,
before we continue, let's just pause for a short break. We'll be right back here in Education Radio.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Kuya Kim Atienza po.
And I'm Pugat Explorer from Davao City, the leading expert in zoology, ecology, and pestology.
Pestology.
That, mate, is the science of exterminating household pests, or what we call peste.
Para sa problema sa daga, ipis, anay at lamok, tawagan ang Mapicon.
5, 6, 7, pest.
Hello?
Mapicon! Help!
Bogart? You're in control with Mapicon.
Welcome to Maldives!
Thing about Philippine Radio with our host, Miss Pia Morato.
Okay,
Yeah.
welcome back to Education Radio here on DZRJ 810 AM. So, I was asking before we went on break, it's like, how do you, come up with all the goods inside that box? And I really like asking this question because we need to be aware, that of what people need, because we could be
Yeah.
on the other
Giving-
side
yeah.
of, of the
Yeah.
the situation.
We research what do they need.
Talk about it.
We
We
talk.
brainstorm.
Yeah, we also consulted the local government the
We
workers and that one.
coordinated with the LGU, of
With the
course,
LGU,
and
yeah.
then talked to, and they told us what they need.
Yeah,
So that's
specific.
very important.
Yeah.
We ask them what they really need. So that's what we will give them.
Yeah, the profile of the people who were giving, because they already assigned to us.
Mhm.
These are the people that you're in the island, in this barangay. So we were given like 3 barangays too, because they were trying to apportion, because other NGOs had been helping other barangay as well. So
It helps, no?
Yeah.
When the local government is fully aware
yeah,
Yes.
of
Yes.
the needs, what's going on.
Yes.
Because you could be also confronted with an LGU that is not
Because they are
aware
the-
of logistics
Yeah.
wise, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be tough.
yeah.
Right?
Because
And
they
they're-
are the
they're-
people on ground, so it's very important to coordinate with them.
And the people of the city of or rather the municipality of Busuanga was very, very helpful in our logistical needs. They provide us, they help us in finding transport for this.
When Busuanga was hit, what was the situation exactly? Like, it wasn't covered by media, as you said, but
Mhm.
what was the situation at that time?
The fatality was small, but the damage to the property was immense. The same as in Tacloban, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
The source of income.
The
is
source of
really
income
devastated.
was
So
totally devastated.
in that area, they do weaving, rattan weaving
Right,
for livelihood, but it was all gone. It was really wiped.
Yeah, it's just totally wiped
There's
out.
really no food for at that time. For about 6 months, they don't have anything to
Yeah.
eat.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Are
long.
they still rebuilding at this point?
W-
Where are they at?
They have recovered now because
It's
um,
been how many years?
yeah, it's been 3 years because after the relief operation we continue the work with this.
And that's the
Sigabla.
hardest part. See, that's why I like talking about these things, because we have no control over a crisis. It just hits us, and it hits us at a time where we least expect, and it
Yes.
hits just anyone. It doesn't
Yes.
choose,
Yes.
No.
right?
Yeah.
So,
It's a very good equalizer.
right. And this is a learning for us, right? So we know how to respond.
Yeah.
But sustaining programs, that's the hardest thing to do. So how are you? Yeah,
So,
and you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So
is what you're doing.
what we did for we did true relief operation, and that organization, the NGO that our international NGO, the Seco Popular Francés, that had been helping us, they said they wanted to get involved in the recovery, rehabilitation, the development of the devastated area. So if they want to do that, they must be dealing not with an individual but rather
An NGO.
an NGO, a registered NGO. So that is how Mirasol came to be. So we registered amidst Napoles sensation at that time. We were applying for an NGO. We were so worried that it's not going to be approved because of Napoles scandal.
Right.
God has been very good.
Yes.
It was approved, so we were able to. The organization invited me to France. And we forged our friendship and solidarity there. We signed, and then we talked about our project. So when we started our project, we started with community center. We built a 200.
They visited first
Yeah.
to check on the area.
Okay.
Yeah, there were like 2 French people, the secretary and the president
The
of
president,
the
yeah.
North,
Okay.
SPF, and to check the area. So when they said okay, so we went ahead.
Yeah. So we built a community center, a 200 square meter community center, and then we sustainable livelihood program. Originally, it was designed for women, so that women would be empowered to make money. But after a while, there's not enough women. It's just for everybody. So we try to revive the weaving industry in the area. So we had now
But now I think they're working. All the products are sold to Caritas.
yeah. So that is very, very good because people are already working on there, and we started this. So they have been working on this sustainable livelihood program, and they have a center to do this.
Right.
Yeah, it's a big 200 square meters. It's like a basketball court. So they have that. So that is one, and then we said, okay, let's continue working on recovery rehabilitation. We chose a school that we could help. The school, when we saw it, there used to be 6 classrooms and only 2 was remained standing after the Yolanda. So when we visited, there were only like 128 students who came back after Yolanda. They don't want to study there anymore because
at that time it was all makeshift.
It was all makeshift. They were in the Nipa hut, or they
water,
and they
walk like 2 hours going to school.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you go to a school that's under the tree. So we said we would like to help this school. So this school was actually an annex of a school from the main. It's called Concepcion National High School.
Okay.
So we started planning, making designs. So it was approved. So we built another 8 classrooms. 8 classrooms. We built another
16 cubicles of
toilet for girls and boys. We gave them electricity. We gave them water, because when we were there the very first time, we saw the kids bringing a Coke bottle of water.
Okay.
And I thought it was for experiment or something. When I interviewed them, it was for their own consumption and hygiene.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
So
right.
that's like 1 liter. The
Yeah.
Coke litro.
Yeah.
Oh my
1.5.
God.
And everybody's
1.5.
everybody was carrying it.
Right.
It was so
Yeah, because
amazing.
there's no water for drinking, at the same time no water to
For-
wash yourself or
Yeah.
clean yourself.
After, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was there. So we got excited with this project. So we built a school. It was a beautiful school. I'll connect you to the link later on of what we built.
Maybe we can connect you also to DepEd. I mean,
No, it's actually
they're
Because,
listening. They probably know of you as well.
Yeah, actually,
To them.
it was donated to DepEd. And during that time, I must give credit to Pampilo Lacson, who is the PAR at that time.
Right.
OPAR.
Okay.
The Office of the Presidential Assistance for Recovery and Rehabilitation.
Right.
I must give credit to him because during that time, when we wanted to help this place, he said that, tell me which area you want to help. He said, this is what we want to help. Go ahead.
Beginning of all private
Yeah.
NGOs.
It was amazing because normally if you go through the channel of helping, right, you have to go to DepEd, you have to go through DSWD, you have to go to DPWH.
Right.
DPWH for the construction, DSWD for the recipient, DepEd because it's educational. We bypass all of this. We went directly to the LGU through the OPAR, the Office of Presidential Assistance in Recovery and Rehabilitation. So it was very, very the office of Pampilo Lacson was very helpful at that time. So I must give credit to him. So after we built, we had our inauguration on December 2016.
Yeah.
2015. That's when we finished it, December of 2015. It was attended by, of course, the good Senator Lacson. It was also attended by the former First Lady of France, Valérie Trierweiler, and it was attended by the President of Secours Populaire Français, a 92-year-old, very charming guy.
Came all the way here.
Came all the way here to see this.
Too,
Yeah. Very true.
Recipient of Honor Award.
He is the the Legion of Honor. The highest award ever that you could award to any Frenchman. So he was there. I received.
Notice the French are very active also, just like as the Spaniards are active in helping in recovery, in rebuilding, but also the French.
The French are very, very
And when
helpful.
they help, they don't want it like piece by piece. They wanted the whole thing.
It's the approach is rather holistic.
Right. So you have this school right now, and Chichas was telling me that it's so beautiful. Like, I think maybe the word is, it's world class. I mean, when you're talking about something that's beautiful, it has dignity, and that's really, really important. I mean, not makeshift.
Okay, right? I wouldn't put it in a world class.
How did you say? You aren't trying, girl.
No. It's nice and great. It's not a world class because what it is a very decent construction that made, because in the province, in Palawan, they think it was so beautiful that they made it a model school.
That's awesome. We need a lot more of those things here. We need more of you.
Because I grew up in North America as well, so I wouldn't say it's a world class. Nothing compared. It still is down there, but it's decent enough. Decent enough for it to become a model school in the region. Yeah. So the educational part of it, when we talk about success, our success is not really in the construction of the structures of all of this. Our success is in the improvement in the number of enrollees in this place.
Remember, all high schools.
Remember I was telling you earlier, what was the number I gave you? 128, right? So after the construction of the school, it was 356. High school. And then now it's over 500.
Can you imagine that?
Yes. Could you?
So high school, what's the age?
The DepEd made it like K-12s, a K-12
Yeah.
Oh, that's
school.
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm always excited about DepEd.
Yeah. No, really.
DepEd bread.
That's why when we when the DepEd had a representative there, they were very, very happy. The regional director at that time, I'll make sure that this school would have their own ID, because remember I was telling you it was just an annex. So now this school has its own ID. It has a K-12. It's a model school in the region.
Because we also built the library there.
We also have the library,
and the view is the Pearl Farm.
See? Okay, so maybe I'm not wrong when I call it world class. I would want to study there.
It's up the hill.
When you go there, you try and visit Concepcion National High School. There is a nice library there. You have to go up the hill, and when you reach the hill, you have a very nice view of the Pearl Farm.
Wow.
And then it's equivalent to a classroom. It's 120 square meters. Good enough. We filled we filled it with new books. Mostly science books, and this I also must give credit to
Rotary,
to the Rotary Club, because we have debates, books. Ano yan? I forgot. It's an acronym, but anyway. How could I forget? The Rotary must be cursing me right now, but anyway.
No.
Yeah, but I give credit to the Rotary because those books, 2 inches hardcover, hardbound, chemistry book. Normally we would buy it for like 5,000 pesos maybe. If it is
like Princeton's type.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, we're talking about high school kids. How old are they?
From grade 7 to grade 12. So
grade 7 to 12, yes.
That's about 13 to 17.
To 17, yes.
Yeah, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And of course, one of my favorite things to talk about is art. and art is involved in
Oh,
this, right?
yeah, of course, it's always been.
Really.
Yeah.
And this is Manila Art. Am I correct? And
Yeah.
Is it was it also a part of this? So are you? It seems your holistic programs also involve taking children to museums, things like that. Is that part of it?
Walking art tours.
Okay, no,
Art tour.
okay. My wife could. I'll give you a back.
Artist or something.
Let's talk about Copandumont first.
Yeah.
Okay. go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
The Copandumont
Is that a camp? What is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
It's a camp. This is in response to the 1989 agreement in France about the rights of the children. So SPF also put up this Copandumont village for children to be put in a camp and then experience learning and solidarity together. So when Yolanda happened, so Ismael Hasune, one of the secretary of SPF, said this victim, one of the victims, we will send her to France. Sabi
Okay.
niya. So, okay, so come by about June or July. So that was our first experience of Copandumont. So I brought 4 children, 4 youth, and 1 adult leader there. And to learn solidarity. So they were with French people, North Korean people,
Libyan,
From
Haiti, and
from Libya, some mga war-torn countries.
yeah.
So they learn from each other.
Right.
Yeah, interaction. Yeah, interaction with.
So since then we have been sending kids.
It's actually banking on the idea that we forge peace through the children, because when they grow up,
Yeah.
this will be our ambassadors.
Right.
They are not going to fight each other because they know each other. These are
Yeah.
that is the
Right. That's why I really wanted to also focus on you guys helping them, sending them to all these places, because you're building on their fresh experiences,
Yes.
despite also what they've
Yes.
been.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's great. And then Copandumont means Friends of the World,
Yes.
doesn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
And this year we're sending musically talented
This year.
for this year.
Yeah,
And Chicho's
and
part of that.
Chicho would be the adult leader for that one.
Yeah, so I would be bringing super talented children in France. So the children are from the Manila Symphony Orchestra Academy, and also the Manila Symphony Junior Orchestra is in Vienna right now.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Competing.
Yeah,
Competing, ah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's headed by teacher Sarah and Maestro Jeffrey Solares. So this year I will be bringing 5 talented kids to experience solidarity and friendship with the world. So the camp would run from July 15 till 28th.
Yes, you're leaving soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And because these are extremely talented kids, Chicho and the kids would be doing a concert, a solidarity
It's
concert.
gonna be awesome. I've heard this guy before.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just pause for a short break. We'll be right back here on Education Radio. Stay tuned.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Ang dami ng peke sa world.
Unfair.
Pati ba naman puti mo? Peke din? Para totoong puti, mag Myra Vita White Moisturizer. May vitamin E at natural plant extracts to help nourish skin for that healthy white glow. May double sunscreen na, non-sticky pa. Ito ang totoong healthy white glow. From Myra Vita White Moisturizer. Yan ang alagang holistic.
Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan.
We deliver. Stand out and be the best. With 8 Tri-Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Experience Choice Award 2017 for Best Company of the Year goes to Pedro Enterprise Philippines.
Thank you very much. I am out of words. I will not commit the mistake of not saying thank you to everybody who has helped Front Row along the way. I am so proud that we are Front Row. Thank you very much.
Front Row! Best Company of the Year!
Education Radio, where we deal anything and everything about Philippine radio with our host, Miss Pia Murato.
Good morning, and we're back here in Education Radio. So before we went on break, Chichas, you were explaining, okay, you're going to be leaving soon with a group of kids, and you're going to be taking them with you to have a fresh new experience. Okay, tell us about it.
All right, so I'll be bringing 5 kids to France.
Okay, use your mic though. You're kind of far from me.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Yeah, this is okay. So I'll be bringing 5 kids to France to experience solidarity and friendship. And the highlight of the camp is our concert at the People's Theatre in Vosges, France. And then, so the Filipino will again shine in the international community. And so that's basically...
We're like ambassadors too.
Yeah, we're going to be ambassadors of goodwill again.
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, so it's part of, holistic education that we wanted to impart to the kids, right?
Yes.
So it's like education outside the school.
And they're actually promoting Philippines outside the country because they would be performing select songs, Philippine folk songs.
Filipino folk songs.
Wow, kaya mo yan.
So because I've worked with her with the Pinay Foundation as well. So after that, as part also of the Mirasol Outreach Foundation's efforts, so we also had the Manila Art. Usually it happens in SMR. Like it's an annual thing already. It's the 9th, I think.
It's the 9th.
The 9th.
It's the 9th. So what we do also as part of our advocacy is we invite public school children to experience going to a museum, how it's like, how it feels like to see
I love this. This part I also love.
So we get sponsors and for the tickets, and then last year we had like 700 students.
1,000.
1,000 students.
Oh my God,
and she's just one of the facilitators.
So we just talk about the basic concepts of art, like who are they, and then get information from when you talk to children. So
Art Appreciation 101.
Appreciation, basically. So there.
Which brings me to why art is also a part of everything and education. Advocacies is because first Danny's an artist.
Yes.
Right? And of course, I guess you could say that your advocacies also would include all these things that you do.
Yes,
right?
of course, yes.
And using it.
Yes.
To be able to
as a medium, yes.
Tell me more about it.
Me as an artist, I have been doing my focus is on ostrich egg art, and because of being an artist, I got involved with Manila Art, and then my wife and me and our president, Miss Attorney Amy Loste. So we were like, and Rio and Dylan, we were like the backbone of this Manila Art. It's been going on for 9 years, and part of, just like what Chicho explained, part of the activity there is really to educate, because when you talk of art, really it's the soul of everything that we do.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm sure the artists that I'm listening will strongly agree with
you. You remove that art in anything and it's lifeless. Totally lifeless. That's why we continue on our advocacy with art, and through Manila Art, we are able to engage as young as the grade school students
Little children.
and little children, yeah, because everybody is actually the whole social class, and it's not only for rich people,
Yes.
as the common notion is. It's for art is for everybody. That is what we would like to preach. Art is for everybody.
In your school, just to ask, no, in your school, I mean, is this incorporated in your programs as well?
Yes, there is a part of it because part of our program, this we would like to incorporate this weaving thing, and it's basically
It's their
livelihood, so that we are trying to incorporate this
School
in
of Living Tradition.
School of Living Tradition in K-12. So we are
Interesting. Did you come up with that term yourself?
School of Living Tradition. No. It's
Is that part of the K to 12?
No, it's not. It's actually part of our culture, and
Okay.
But I'm also simply because I'm also part of the NCCA.
Okay.
Nas-
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I
I'm.
don't want to. There should be someone who will transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That what we know now, it should be transferred to the young.
To the youth.
Yeah.
To the youth, because
Totally, yeah.
over time things get lost,
Yeah.
even in language.
Oh, don't talk to me about language. Okay, you lived in North America?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Quite a while.
Hablas español? Un poco.
Un poquito. Un poquito. Mas comprendo más que hablo.
Qué bien. Right. Okay. So I think French you speak, but I'm not sure. But anyway, yes. So yeah, we've lost a lot of things, and that really hurts our heritage. It hurts our humanity. Right.
And sometimes you don't really know who we are. We are losing our own identity.
Yes,
That's
I
why
totally agree.
we are so much an advocate of like teaching these kids. Because language it's only not the speaking language. Art is also an expression. It's one of the language. So for me, it is important for you to know who you are. Like it's an identity. You can express yourself. You have to,
Yeah, with our 7,000 islands, we also have 7,000 varieties of different culture, of different
dialect
and traditions and all that.
Yes, if only people could understand like how we are so connected, and that will help
Exactly.
to connect us.
That's why in Manila Art, we're gonna do a focus on Mindanaoan art because we have to know all about Mindanao. That they are brothers too.
I totally
And they have beautiful, beautiful work.
Yes.
And one of our featured artists in Manila Art is Kublai Milan from
Davao.
Very nice.
And you would see his beautiful works here in Manila.
Do you think the youth now feel that need to be able to connect? I'd like to call it to reconnect with our brothers and sisters.
Definitely.
Definitely.
In different parts of the country, of the archipelago. Do you think the youth see this importance?
The first thing that we are doing now really is to be able to create awareness that it is important. Because we could not, bombard it right away with, must. Yeah. In our very small way.
I'd like to interrupt. The reason why I ask this is because when something not good or bad happens to us, like Yolanda, how do we even empathize or to help if we don't know anything about
Correct.
there?
Correct.
Right?
Well, number one is experience the place first. That's why the tourism industry is so much. If you see Facebook postings or videos about tourism in the country, then people want to go. When you experience it, then you can empathize already, right? With the people, if something happens, like for example in Bohol, the earthquake. Oh, I've been there. Let's help.
Yeah.
That's the only way I think we can share their feelings if we've been there.
Right.
Unification.
So we
Unification
it's
is very,
important.
very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if the French feel strongly about it and they're able to help us, because
Yes.
they have that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why they can foresee.
Yes.
They can see. That's why they have a vision. And same with the Spaniards, like when that earthquake happened in Bohol.
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about unification, and again, we're talking about heritage here. They were the first responders as well there because
Yes.
they understand
Yeah,
heritage.
correct.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. They understand history.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you think the youth, they see this?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially
My
that you're
daughter,
helping.
especially. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that in the youth now.
And it has to be it for us. It should be part of the curriculum of opening up their mind, create awareness, and create appreciation.
Yeah.
All of this.
Especially if, let's say, the young people that were hit in Busuanga.
Yeah.
Yes.
You think they're the ones who's, when something bad happens to you, that's where you kind of feel like, oh, this is a new me, and the approach is, you have different perspectives. I'm sure the youth, can you say that they're that way?
Yes, definitely. Because you see, part of we talk about Copandumon, the kids that we have been sending to Copandumon, these are very, very poor kids that we send in France who have not experienced modern living.
Yeah.
First time, we brought them here in Manila. They were so excited. It's an escalator. It's an elevator. Yeah,
Things we take for granted.
Yeah,
There's
and
a big onion, something like that. Oh.
They're aware of McDonald's, but they have never tasted it because there's nothing there. They're aware of Jollibee, but they have not tasted it. So that all of this, I asked them to, here is a computer. You could play with a computer. Very excited because they have never touched a computer before. They are aware of computers because they study it, but they have not actually touched it. You see the transformation that you're making to the lives of these people, and it's it's just
it's only trickle down, but it should be inclusive.
It's just wonderful on how you touch the lives of these kids, and of course once you do this, it doesn't stop there.
Of course, when they go to France and then they come back, they would,
they have stories to tell.
Of course.
To tell their, their
peers,
their peers.
Friends, or family.
Ganito, I've experienced this. So their minds would be so much open.
Right. And then they add up to now the youth that can contribute to best practices.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And that's, I guess, what we want to develop as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Which is the core of education.
Which is totally
the core of education. Experiential learning.
I agree, especially with the K to 12 right now. I know that the Department of Education is also focusing a lot on the humanities.
Yes.
And it's about time that we do.
Yeah.
And it's about time that we really connect with each other from Luzon to Mindanao. So I'm glad that you're focusing also a lot.
Yeah, a lot of arts.
In our Manila art,
Your last words, I'd like to congratulate the two people. My gosh, I mean, God's hand was totally
in here.
Yes. And on the two of you, to be able to start this kind of initiative is not a very easy task, but congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I wish you all both the best.
Oh, thank you.
So last words, please.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Invite them.
Yeah. Well, first, I would just like to thank the Lord for giving us the opportunity to do the things we love to do most, to do best. People are telling us, you will be blessed because you're doing that. I think we are blessed. That's why we're doing this. So that's how that's the way I look at it. But when the need arises, we know that we are heroes. We know that we would like to help. We know that we have brothers and sisters that are in need, and knocking to the hearts and minds of our brothers and sisters to open their mind, to open their hearts, to open their pocket in helping other people, because that is how God wants us to be of service to others.
I
agree. Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity. To God be the glory. always. Yeah, but I'm inviting you to come to Manila Art on October 12 to 15. We're gonna showcase Mindanaoan art. It's for everybody to understand who our brothers are. So
yes, and connect.
And connect through arts and through like some lectures and activities.
I'd love to join you.
We would like to be back here because we would like to plug that.
Of course.
Of education.
The Manila Art.
Yes, of course. Bring you some.
We'll bring materials, collaterals. Yeah.
And also we would like to encourage everyone to like our Facebook page, the Mirasol Outreach Foundation Incorporated. So
thank you to SPF.
And thank you to SPF.
And the Manila Art.
And Kapandamon.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pia.
Thank you, Pia. Thank you so much.
Pia, thank you very, very much. It's such a pleasure. Yes, we'll be back here for Manila Art.
Okay, great. This has been another episode of Education Radio here on DCRJ, 8:10 a.m. 8 Trimedia. Hasta luego, everyone.
Hasta luego.
Mga usaping pang-edukasyon, iba't ibang bagay na karaniwang hindi napapansin, ngunit kailangan sa pang-araw-araw na pamumuhay. Education Radio. Tara na, makipagtalakayan at matuto kasama si Pia Morato. Education Radio, tuwing Sabado alas 9 hanggang alas 10 ng umaga. Dito lang sa DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. 8 Trimedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ito ang DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. 8 Trimedia, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Tuloy-tuloy sa pag-arangka